Okay, I think this is working now. Let's make sure. Okay, so I'm on. Let's see here. Okay. All right, so good morning. Today is November 29th of 2024, and just gonna be going over not necessarily an outlook for today, but more necessarily more like a review of the week. So on Thursday. So Wednesday I was bullish, but just I guess rookie mistake. Uh, Whenever I have an objective where price is drawn towards, as soon as price sweeps that liquidity, that's when I start to anticipate the reversal. So instead of actually seeing that reversal or the pattern that I'm looking for, um, that's when I start to assume, and that assumption most of the time ends up okay. So I trade based off of assumption, and then I end up getting stopped out because where I expect price to reverse, that is usually, yeah, where I expect price to reverse. I just jump in blindly sometimes. And it has to do with my I guess you can say impulsiveness. And to do that, I just and to combat that, I just do it by just jumping in, and that's not something I should be doing. But anyways, so I took a long. Where was it? Yeah, I took a long. I think it was right here. No, it wasn't there. Was it here? No, it wasn't there. Wait, this was yesterday. Yep, that was yesterday. So I took a long here. Uh, Actually, right after I took here. That's because I had expected that. I had anticipated a reversal. Actually, it was this one right here. These two down close candles to me, I like it. Whenever I'm anticipating a reversal, uh, I kind of like to get ahead of it, right? Because here you have three drive pattern. You have buy side swept, sell side swept three consecutive times here, and then you get this candle here, and then here is where I got in. I jumped in right here during the 10 o'clock macro. I expected price to close above here, but obviously did not. Started drawing lower, and I got stopped out right here. That was the last trade of the day for me. I didn't expect to trade. I didn't want to trade the rest of the day just because it just wasn't something I wanted to. And this right here was actually a pretty good setup right here. Buy side swept, sell side swept, draw higher, back into 50% of this range right here. So this could have been a good entry during the 1300 macro, but I didn't trade anymore after that. I didn't look at at the market yesterday, which in hindsight it was actually a a pretty good trade right here. Um, Actually, pretty good price action. As you can see here, didn't really do much, but here it went back into this imbalance, this mitigation block here, and then price traded back into 50% of this range right here. So today I'm expecting price to Um, actually, I did take a trade just a couple minutes ago, and the reason why was because I do expect price to draw draw into these lows down here. This is where I believe liquidity lays. But the reason why I took a long was because we just swept liquidity here. So we swept Asia low. Same thing here on ES. We didn't sweep Asia low. We actually hovered right above it, right here. SMT between this low and this low here. SMT between this low and this low here. This to me is the objective. Uh, so I do expect. So with that said, I expect price to trade back into equilibrium between this high and this low here, this high and this low here. As you can see, ES has already done so. SMT between this high and this high here. So now I do expect price to maybe continue with the draw lower. Right here, SMT. And as you can see, this stealing range has been violated. This stealing range has not been violated, but this one has, right? So now, again, I would like to see price draw lower because here on the 1 hour, we have a rejection block. I mean, not a rejection block. We have a breaker block here. Breaker block here. So I am watching this 1 hour bullish order block right here to see if price acts as resistance or support. Um, okay. Oh, so anyways, zoomed into the 5-minute here. And on the 5-minute, I don't see anything, right? I don't see anything that tells me to get long. But again, for the long trade I just took, I do have this right here, SMT, and this SMT right here, right? Right now we do have change in the state of delivery, but again, I'm not expecting price to draw higher anymore. Now I want to see price reject this breaker block here, and I want to see the draw lower, right? So the reason why I took the 9 o'clock macro is because I was expecting, because today is the day after Thanksgiving, so I am expecting to trade the 9 o'clock, which I did, and the 10 o'clock macro, right? So now we have SMT at the lows, right? Because I'm expecting price to trade at least to equilibrium, right? So now we are trading equilibrium right now. ES has already traded into equilibrium here. NQ has not. We have SMT at the highs. So it doesn't matter. I think this right here, this void on NQ, I mean on ES at least has to close, maybe just a little bit right there. So that liquidity void, I would expect to have it close. Okay, so now I'm expecting price to draw low, but we'll see. We'll see if that happens or not. This reminds me of a trade I took a couple of weeks ago. But anyways, so again on the 5-minute, I don't see nothing that tells me to get long. Right, the only thing I'm seeing is is SMT, but I'm trusting that SMT because I do believe, right, once again, price needs to trade back into equilibrium and then go balance to liquidity once again. So on the 1-minute, what am I seeing? So on the 1-minute, I saw buy side get swept, sell side get swept, right? And on the higher time frame, sell side already swept this equal low. So higher time frame, setup, lower time frame setup. Same thing here. Sell side, buy side got swept here. Actually, buy side did not get swept here because here you don't have anything, right? You don't have anything. And then here you have sell side liquidity not get swept. So you have SMT. So you have first stage SMT, second stage SMT. Second stage SMT. And I got long right here, which is this candle right here. And I'm not in it anymore because today, because it's a holiday, I'm not looking to hold on to anymore. So I covered both both contracts I took right here. So good for a 20, I think 25-point win. But I was risking only what, like 5-6 points off of this low. It's a pretty good entry. I could have added more here as soon as price closed above this inversion here, but that's fine. I'm okay with that. So yeah, pretty good win there. I'm comfortable. So now I'm just waiting for that that reversal. I still want this void here to get filled, but we'll see if we get that or not. So right now I see sell side here, buy side here, sell side here. So yeah, I don't see any reason to touch the market right now. But I think I might end up taking a trade during 10 o'clock macro. And if I do, my objective will not be these lows down here. My objective will only be 50% of the range right here. I'm not looking to, I'm not looking to take any chances today because I don't know. I believe price is always working. Price is always doing one of four things. Even on a holiday, it's doing one of four things, right? So I'm not expecting a big move, but I am expecting price to continue to do what it does, which is right now it's rebalancing into an imbalance. So from liquidity to imbalance, and now I expect to go from imbalance to liquidity at these lows or imbalance to imbalance. So now I'm watching right here this void here, and we are between the 0930, what is it, 0920 0920 to 0940 opening macro. Okay, so what I'm looking for right now is I just want to see buy side get swept and sell side as well. And then we'll see how price closes or opens today. In hindsight, I probably should have held on to one to cover up here, but because it's the holiday, I just went ahead and covered my long right here, which I'll take. 20 points is better than no points on a day after a holiday when trading. So this SMT is still there. Let's see here. Right there. So as you can see, ES is already at above equilibrium, and Q is not. It's right below it actually. Oh yeah, and this right here is a 4-hour gap I'm watching. And as you can see here, on the 15-minute, we're closing and opening below consequent encroachment. Here we're living this opened. So I would not like for this gap to get filled, right? Right now, if I were trading this on this down move, I would most likely trade long right now, right? Because moves like these are to entice people into getting short. Um, and I'm sure a lot of people are short right now because they're short and they're expecting this to be their stop. But what I want to see is I want to see this high get swept, and then I want to see the draw lower, right? And as you can see now, it's drawing higher, and I probably should have gone long here. Nope. Actually, I don't need this. So yeah, we'll see. So now I like what I'm seeing. So the same thing I saw down here to get me long is the same thing I'm seeing up here to get me short. Hmm. As you can see here, we did close below this breaker block here, but I'm not going to trust that. Yeah, I'm not going to trust it. And if it goes down here and meets with the objective, then that's it. That'll be it for me today. I won't be looking to trade anymore. Oof. You know what? Let's use this low right here. Because whichever low I decide to use above this low, the objective just drew into 50% of the range. And Q has not. Again, I would still like a sweep. Otherwise, I'm not trading this. The only reason why is because this void right here, it's keeping me from jumping in short right now. It's pretty good setup though. Please don't sweep the low just yet. Twenty more seconds until that macro starts. Well, macro already started. Okay, so the macro just started. Damn. Looks like we're gonna sweep that low. But I'm hopeful that maybe we get a play into the 10 o'clock macro where that low does not get swept. We sweep the high one more time. Darn. Oh, don't tell me we're not sweeping. If we don't, that would be amazing. Outstanding. Looks like we're not gonna sweep it. All right. Next minute up. We traded back into equilibrium here. 50% between this high and this low here. I had a chance to get short there, but I'm just I just don't like the fact that we haven't swept this low yet. And we just swept liquidity. We just swept that low. So I'm done. That's it for me. Yeah, that's it for me. I'm not looking to trade this anymore. Damn. I'm just pissed off that I didn't get in here. I had a tiny thought of getting short here, but I didn't take that shot. We are leaving a tiny little void here. So maybe another draw up to this area here. Uh, but yeah, that's it for me. I'm not looking to trade anymore. Um, I'm still going to keep an eye during the 10 o'clock macro just in case we do decide to consolidate and we leave this tiny little void opened. Because then that would mean that maybe this void closes and then we get that reversal draw lower so that ES could meet the objective for the day. Um, and again, I'm still watching that 1 hour breaker block. We just closed that void. 1 hour breaker block. And if we sweep that high, close this void here on ES but not on NQ, that would be SMT uh, in these areas down here. And mm, but yeah, that's it for me. What am I expecting next week? Let's see. Next week is kind of all over the place. We held at this inversion here. So if anything, maybe we do get a pullback, but I'm gonna be watching the gap we created between this week and last week's close, uh, between this week's opening and last week's close, um, because there is no gap here. The only gap there is this gap here, and nothing here. We did hold above this order block here, um, but nothing over here. We have plenty of, so on the NQ we drew back into 50% of the range. Now we're drawing higher. Um, I would like to see one more sweep down here because I'm not as sold getting long here anymore. Just because the way we've been acting here, we've been closing and opening below consequent encroachment of this gap. Here we haven't even closed above the previous high here, right? So if we sweep this low, fine. So either on ES or NQ, I'd like to see a sweep of this low. This one, I'm not so sold anymore. Yeah, I mean, we're still holding above this breaker here, but I don't see anything. Um, I would have liked to see just concurrent green candles here, but I just don't like the price action here. Next week is FOMC, so I'll be trading Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and maybe some of Thursday. But after that, probably yeah, Thursday or Friday, I probably won't trade because it is FOMC week, and FOMC week you only trade Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday because that is when price. I mean, the whole week is very liquid, and it's gonna be moving from place to place, but uh, the only logical setups um, are Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and yeah, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Um, so again, I would like a more cleaner sweep of these lows as opposed to what we got this week. It was kind of sideways, and yeah, today the only setups I got was that early morning long I got into. Um, this was a pretty nice setup though that I took, and I wanted to see one more sweep of this high. So, huh, I would still like to see this void get filled, and then we get the draw lower. But just sucks I wasn't able to get in here because I wanted to see one more sweep, and then we get the rollover down. But since we already missed the objective, I mean, see, since we already uh, drew into the objective, I'm not interested anymore. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll see you next week.